Keep us up the cash. Gary B, the casual comic guy here, and joined as always, we have Rob Spat
I want
Stacks of
glow
Comics.
sticks. I need glow sticks,
You
man.
do. Like you're directing the plane in for a landing.
No, I'm at a rave with your
There
intro
you
music,
go.
baby. Just need the glow sticks going, and
And Rob, we have another co-host this evening.
we do.
For making her
She's
co-hosting debut on the channel. We
she's
have
even
Katie.
better looking than me. I don't know
Hi.
why. I don't know
Katie.
how you dare bring a co-host on that's better looking than me, but that's what happens.
You know,
It's not
I could
hard.
try to grow a better beard also. We'll see how that
You
works out.
could, but I don't think it's going to come in anytime this show.
Oh, goodness. Without further
Maybe
ado,
next
too, let's
time.
bring in our guest of the hour. We have Bleeker Street Comics in here. How you doing, Bleeker?
Not bad, man. How you doing? Thanks for having me.
Hey.
Doing well, sir. Nice to have you on. So we are going to put you in the big seat.
Oh,
So that's how we do it here. Now, before we get going, we're going to have you give the 1 to 2 minute blurb on who you are and what your channel's about. We'll say hi to the chat, and then we'll get going with your first book.
cool, man. Bleeker Street Comics from Canada. I do, I don't know, man. There's not much to tell. You guys all know. I do a live show from my shop every Sunday. My channel is basically just about the community, man. I like to showcase community. I like to have people get along. That's why I call it Church on Sunday, Church with Bleeker now. So everybody comes out, everybody hangs out. It's cool. As for me, man, I just grew up loving comics and grew up watching all this stuff on TV. It's been inundated, and I want to be a comic book character, bro. So I wish I was a hero,
Don't we all?
That's it. That's all, man. There's not really much else to say unless you want to get into the down and dirties, but I think that's another show.
Yeah, we'll save that for in the hot seat.
That's it.
Oh.
All right, so let's get to our chat. We'll say some quick hellos. First in, as always, we have Les Cruces. Good evening, sir. Nice to see you. Jerry the Jitterbug, one of my all-time favorite people. Hulk Collector, good to see you, sir. Thank you for stopping by. Nice to see you. Caroline's in the chat. I thought she was joining us, but she is not in the chat.
Yeah, where are you, Caroline?
Lady F, how you doing, man?
Glenn, 2K12. How you doing, Glenn? I missed some of those 2K games, especially the hockey.
Oh, hockey's great. I love hockey.
Oh, yeah. Cali Comics. I used to play it all the time on the Sega Genesis, too. Matt Woods Comics, here to harass me some more.
Ooh,
we have CJ. How you doing, CJ? Nice to see you, buddy.
Hey.
And we have Ignacio. How you doing, sir? Who had a great 10-1-1 himself.
Nice.
And let's see, going down. All right, Matt Woods. Brother Joe, good evening. Nice to see you. And we'll keep saying hi to people as they are popping in. But without further ado, we are here to get to learn a little bit more about Bleeker through the comics that are important to him. So, Bleak, why don't you start us out with your very first issue, sir? Give us a little bit of info on it.
First issue, we're going to go with something a little newer. I've got a wide variety of age groups in my comic collection, but I just picked this guy up recently. Well, I guess not recently anymore, but more recently than most. And it's one of my favorite characters, new characters going. So that is Teen Titans number 12, and it is the first appearance of the Batman Who Laughs.
Ooh, nice.
It's the first print. It's beautiful. I love it. And that's one of the reasons I really started collecting heavy again was the Batman Who Laughs series. Really? And the metal series got me. All those covers, oh my God. I was super, they were hot. So I was just like all over that.
And then who's doing your favorite covers on that series? What artist was really connecting with you?
I do have, I can't remember the name of the artist that did my favorite cover in that series, but I do have it. It's a virgin. It's beautiful. I could go get it, but it's gonna, take me a second.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll give you a second when we start going around the horn for sure.
Yeah.
I remember some of those Wonder Womans looked amazing on those covers too.
Yes. The death metal.
Gave her a sword and
death metal. I can't grab. That is under my bed behind a couch, and it's impossible to grab. But I can grab. I think I have one of the Batman Who Laughs out because it's it's in a sort of a slab.
You got Callie trolling you a little bit for fun here.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, Callie, it's all right, Callie. We know where you are.
Right.
Don't you worry.
Right, so good for so the Batman Who Laughs brought you back in.
Yeah.
Now, what is it about that character that attracted you to the character?
Well, I've
Was it
always loved
specifically-
Batman, but the Batman Who Laughs, Joker is probably my favorite villain of all time. I'm a real big villain guy, so Joker is my favorite villain of all time, and well, maybe next to Darth Vader. It's a toss up. Yeah. So, and then this new character that was mixed between Batman and the Joker seems pretty amazing, and the whole Injustice storyline was really, really amazing. His story, I read the free comic book day Batman Who Laughs, and all of the Batman, all of the Bruce Waynes coming in out of different universes and stuff. That was really appealing to me. And I don't know, it wasn't the Batman line is sort of shitty. Everybody knows who Batman is now. He's got like a million members of his family. The whole
Right.
knows who Batman.
No secrets.
But this story was a lot different, and it was really good.
Yeah, Matt Wood saying it's just a completely psychotic version of the Dark Knight.
You're not
So
wrong.
much fun. Dope. How you doing, sir?
Smart,
Comics for kids.
smart and ruthless and cruel. So,
Now, who's your favorite on-screen Joker portrayer?
That's a hard one. I guess I'd have to say Heath Ledger for his awesome portrayal of the Joker, but man, I don't know. Jack Nicholson killed it for his first real rendition besides the TV show. So
Right.
between those two, I it's a toss up between those two. But I even like I love the Joker movie that came out. Oh my god. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but he killed it too, man. Like he didn't.
Phoenix.
Yeah, Phoenix did not do a terrible job. His makeup was good. His dance was good. His whole weird thing was good, man. In that universe, it's pretty good to me. I'll take it, man. I really don't hate a lot of stuff as much as I love stuff. I'll take different portrayals of things. I
Who
think.
would you want to play Batman Who Laughs?
Who would I want to play Batman Who Laughs? That's probably. I don't know if I'm
Be Herman.
off the top of my head. The cat that plays the Goblin in the Spider-Man movies.
William Dafoe.
Oh,
Willem Dafoe might do a really good job at that.
See, I
okay.
thought the guy who played it, like Skarsgård, he would be good.
Oh yeah, that's fair. That's fair. He's younger, but Willem Dafoe, I think, has a menacing.
Well, he does.
Yeah, if they put all that gear on him and stuff like that, he's also skinny. He'd probably fit all that stuff really well.
Yeah, he's just, I think, a little short for that version of the Joker.
Yeah, perhaps. Yeah,
Way tall and
You
like
just give him some
solid.
goth boots. It's fine.
Right?
You're gonna have to use somebody like Marilyn Manson or something like that. When he
Yeah,
was
you
young,
could do that.
when
He played that
was-
really good serial killer in that movie a couple years ago. It was pretty
Marilyn
good.
Manson would be interesting to see how he could act.
Yeah, that would be interesting because
Uh,
I've seen him in TV shows, not so well.
Yeah, he was in he played a serial killer assassin in a movie a couple years ago. Oh, he would be pretty good.
All right,
Oh,
I dig
nice.
it, man. I dig it.
All right, number 2, Bleak.
Number 2, let's go. We got another new one that I was super happy to find, and I'll tell you why later. But Ed Piskor,
Oh, nice.
he did some
Wow.
Red Room. I'm a huge fan of that. It's the 70s underground comic books, and this is drawn in that style. I'll show some of my more favorite 70s books in a bit, but
Well, so yeah, it's definitely in that old style.
Yeah.
yeah, man, it's just in that underground cool style.
It's great because it's got clowns.
Oh,
And it's got clowns. Who
Clowns
doesn't
and
love
violence.
clowns? And the red room and the whole thing just really
I have a local collector here named Jack who is the amount of underground books he has is just insane. He's been collecting them his whole life, and like when he goes through and he shows you the stuff, it's just amazing all the stuff they were putting out that you didn't even know about.
oh my god, yeah, some of the older stuff I can't afford it. I
Right,
like
right.
I have some tales from the Tales of the Crypt and stuff like that, but
Old EC stuff.
yeah, but I don't have any of the first prints. I've got those 90s reprints and they're great. They're really
I love the collected editions that are coming out.
they are fantastic. But I'd really love a couple of those first prints of those guys, man. That would be dynamite.
And those indie comics from back then too. They were some of the first ones to do the different colored variants. When they'd reprint something, they'd just make the title a different colors or a different.
Yeah.
Now the big companies do that just to be lazy. We took the color away from the background.
Oh,
This is your second printing.
Oh, don't even get me going, bro. Jesus.
Oh.
I can't, and I really hate the fact that buy the 7th print and it's worth more than the first print that came
Oh
out.
no, that's
That drives me insane.
Right.
it's the second print and beyond is your goddamn consolation prize for missing out the first time.
That's right.
You lose, good sir.
Man,
Go home
Right.
and cry more.
we're preaching. We're preaching. We got church going on, folks.
It's also your second print or your third print is not the first appearance.
That's right.
Oh.
It's the
It's
second
agreed.
printing of the first
Yeah.
appearance.
100%.
Exactly.
Sorry,
Did
guys. Oh, they only
BB-8?
printed 5,000 of them. Well, that's because they're the second
enough.
print. Get the fuck over it.
Yeah, because they already printed 15,000 or
That's right.
25,000 the first time.
Yes,
The
it's
people bought
additional.
those.
Right.
You
It's
missed out.
additional printing. It's not.
Yeah, it's
It's so ridiculous.
I hate it. It really bothers me, actually.
Well, that's a speculator thing. They created
that's
that
the
market.
perfect example of where speculators have pushed collectors have fallen for the speculator game
Mm-hmm.
and are allowed speculators to dictate the pricing and cause these secondary to go up. And it also really exacerbated with when they started putting deviant covers on these subsequent printings versus just the color shifts. Because for the longest time, Marvel especially would just do a color shift and they change the trade dress color or something, right? And that was it. But then when they started doing these variant printings on subsequent print runs or different covers, that's when people really started going like ridiculousn's.
See, I liked what they did back in the day. Like I have like the second print of the first appearance of Morbius with ASM 101 or Silver Sable. When they did the silver, I thought was nice.
Oh, like the milestone covers or something like that. I think I have a couple of those.
Oh yeah, no, not the miles. These are different. They're literally like silver on the page. It's the same exact cover. They would just put silver on it.
Interesting.
Yeah, they were cool. All right, number 3.
Yeah, all right. Let's keep going, man.
And Callie's saying, what about the golden record reprints? How do you feel about those?
I like the golden red. I will buy those. I will fucking take that. If I can get a Fantastic Four or Fantastic Four #1 golden record reprint, I'll take it.
Look, let's be honest. Those are reprints.
Yeah.
Nobody's suggesting that the golden record reprint is worth more than the original. No. So that's fine. They can it's not saying that a second print, or third print, or a reprint can't be valuable.
Yeah,
they can be, but they should never be more valuable than the original.
No, absolutely not. And if you're selling facsimiles for $20, $30, I think that's whatever the buyer's choice, I guess. But it drives me insane. It's a facsimile.
Yes.
Shogun Warriors signed by Mr. Herb Trimp there.
Ooh.
Nice.
I love that series, and yes, it's up and down. I don't care. I love it.
Okay.
I've read it a few times. I have all 20 issues here, plus the issue in FF where it completes their storyline.
Oh,
I think I have 13. I think I just figured out I'm up to 13 copies of this book.
I love this, man.
Only one of them though is one of them's a Whitman, but the rest of them are all.
I got a 9.0. I thought it was going to be a higher grade. I keep trying to buy one to get a 9.8.
Oh, I have a 9.8. I have a 9.8 slab.
Look, you don't have to rub it in me on live television, Rob. I'm trying to get a 9.8.
Well, I mean, let's be honest though. I'll be honest. It is a PGX 9.8, but it's
a 9.4.
No, it could be a 9.8. I mean, I don't know. It's just. Hey, I paid $50 for it.
That works.
Yeah,
pretty good.
Definitely worth it.
Is yours signed by Herb Trimp?
No, I do not have one signed.
Wow.
You have that up on me.
Yeah,
Now,
so Shogun
Bleak,
Warriors.
have you read the whole series?
No, I'm actually slowly collecting it so I can read it. I keep I try to collect all my books at really high grade, and Shogun Warriors is seems to be hard to find in high grade copies.
It's
Really?
too bad. A few years ago, they
Everybody
were
read the
all
shit out of
over the dollar bins in high grade.
I know, I
I
know.
think I completed the whole run for about $15.
I'm working
Whoa.
on it right now. I've got most of them. I can't wait to read the full
Yeah, the four the four I just picked up at Shortbox Live were all probably 9.0s, 8590s at least.
Yeah, I
Okay.
get
And as they sit, I just pull them out and
fives,
watch them all. I'll take it.
5.5s around
Oh,
here.
another one. I'll take it. Oh, another one. I'll take it. Let me just clear you out, buddy. I'll take all four.
Right,
Yeah,
I think
all
I
the
got
Shogun.
my one slabbed one in the 9.0, and I got 3 others, and I'm trying to decide which one is going to be the highest grade to send in.
Now, did you play with any of the Shogun Warrior stuff as a kid?
I think you said
Shogun
maybe.
Warriors stuff. No, when I was a kid, it was He-Man stuff I was playing with.
Oh, okay. You're significantly
He-Man,
younger.
G.I.
Sorry.
Joe. I wasn't able to play with Shogun stuff, but I was able to catch reruns of the Shogun Warriors, and I loved watching what is it, Battle of the Planets, and there's a few others that were really, really great. Astro Boy was really great.
Right.
All of that stuff was so fantastic when I was a kid. I'm really lucky. I was born at a time where I got stuff from the 60s and 70s, as well as the stuff from the 80s and the 90s. So I guess I feel like I grew up in the best time for cartoons and nostalgia and awesome shit, to be honest.
Oh, there was definitely some great stuff going on then. I
Yeah.
just always know that I'm connected to Shogun because I remember being in over at my friend's house in the garage playing with the Shogun Warriors, Godzilla, and the Shogun Warriors action. Or
awesome.
2 foot tall character with
Ooh,
launching
that's awesome.
fists and missiles and stuff that could poke your eye out.
Amazing.
Good old stuff.
Amazing.
Now, Bleak, you'll love that series. It's like a Monster of the Week one. There's like a theme with some bad group organization. Some unexpected stuff does happen in the 20 issues. I mean, it's an uneven ride, but but you'll love it. I mean, all
Robots
the
and
things in the
monsters.
70s.
Come on, robots and
good stuff.
monsters. How
Yeah,
bad?
there's lots of good
That's pretty awesome
monsters.
stuff.
Yeah, man, that's the best stuff. It really is. And horror stuff and robots and monsters.
But you do know about the Fantastic Four issue that ends it,
I
right?
didn't know about the Fantastic
All
Four.
right, I will text you what that is after, so you can
Please
buy
do.
it.
Please do.
Nice.
It's
Don't
like
tell any of these
217 or 271. I get
Tell
the
it the assholes that are in the chat. Jesus, leave that private so I can get one before everyone. You guys, leave it alone.
Right? All right, number 4, sir.
All right, number 4. I got this book given to me. I was looking for it. I'm real cheap, so I don't like to buy books at full price, and I'm super duper. I will find it eventually. I think usually. This book I gave up trying to find, and Man Cave Comics gave this to me. It is.
Doc's a good dude.
It is a 9.2. It looks like he took it out of a slab.
Yeah.
And I am absolutely blown.
Oh, nice.
Very nice.
That was an A-OK for Man Cave.
All right. So it was a 9.2.
Yeah, I'm gonna press it, and we're gonna see what we can do here. It's Star Wars is absolutely my jam. My shelves are a little dark behind me, but if I move my head, you can probably see my helmets. So yeah, Star Wars is absolutely my jam, and I'm super happy to have this.
It better be you have tattoos of them.
Yeah, that was
On a quick side note, Bleeker. It is Fantastic Four 226.
Oh, all right, 226.
Yep, you should be able to get it for about $5.
Nice. I'm after a couple of Fantastic Fours now. I need the is it 254 or something like that? I need the one to marry my comic book. I have the Spider-Man that needs the tattoos.
Oh,
it's 252.
Hobgoblin?
Yeah, I got the Goblin without tattoos, and I need to put those together. Just to have a full book,
Right.
Yeah, I got to marry him, huh?
Yeah, it's sad, but I did get the book for a really, really good price, so I can't complain too much. Yes, Star
Sally
Wars
just bought that book for under $10 on eBay now. He's beating you to it already.
motherfucker.
He's gonna buy out every issue so you can.
Callie,
I saw Rob over there
I'm
buying
gonna
it too.
beat the shit out of you on the hunt. I swear to
Yes.
God, when we fight, man, you're getting your ass handed to you.
Yeah.
Right.
You probably have it in your store and don't even know it.
I probably do,
Probably.
actually. I could probably check on my phone and just be like, I have it already. Shut up, Callie. You want it?
Oh, but he out-hunted you just on live TV.
Mother.
Oh, dang.
Number
You
5,
can't-
Blake. He threw the gauntlet down, so to speak.
and he was the hunt champ for like a whole year.
I know.
How
So
dare
this
you?
is, I'm cheating a little bit. So I got 2
Cheating.
here. But this is my favorite book in my entire collection.
Ooh.
There's the free comic book day. I just
Okay.
heard somebody on YouTube say, "Can you really be happy with a free comic book day comic?" And I'm here to tell you, yes, motherfucker,
Yes, you
I can
can.
be happy with a free comic book day comic. Here it is, and I'm super happy to have that. And obviously,
Or well, we can ask
Oh,
the expert. Hey, Free Key Louie, can you be happy with a free comic book day comic?
yeah, buddy.
Oh yes, Rob, I can. You see? There you
See,
go.
Yeah, there's plenty of free comic book day comics that I like
and
a lot.
there's my joy and my love because Rick and Morty is awesome.
Right. Plus, I'm a fan of anything that has Sarah Chalk. So,
Okay, all right.
like Scrubs is my favorite comedy of all time.
Okay.
Yeah, so Rick and Morty is my jam for 100%. It's awesome to be able to further read their adventures in comic books because they don't actually show a lot, like all the stuff even in the opening scenes, they don't explain everything, but that is actually explained in the comic books. A lot of those scenes. It's pretty cool.
Now that is a hard series to categorize in the comic shop, like sorting them, because it's just so many little storylines, and my gosh, what a nightmare that one is to catalog.
It is, and you won't find any Rick and Morty in my shop usually because it's all in my collection. That's what happens there's a lot of that in my collection. So
Callie's asking if you got Fish Files.
Fish Files?
Fish
Flies. Fish flies.
Fish flies.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The
Fish
It was
Jeff
one of the
Lemire.
new free comic book day comics.
Yeah.
this
Oh,
year.
I
Jeff
did not.
Lemire one.
No, I didn't get Fish Flies. I got Fabulous I was only allowed to get 4. I got Fabulous Furry Freak Brothers, Conan. I got Turtles, and I can't remember the other one I got.
Did you get the Red Sonja as well? That's launching the new series.
I didn't get the Red Sonja. I don't read Red Sonja. I like Conan a lot better for myself personally.
Ooh.
Red
Out of
Sonja.
here. Take him.
Wow, she's hotter to look at. Conan's just
I like
cool.
Red Sonja, but my favorite Red Sonja is the old Marvel Red Sonja with Frank Thorne and
Nice.
Dynamite
That's good
Waters
stuff.
are down too much, and I'm hoping with Walter Giovanni and this new writer, they're going to bring her back down to more of her roots.
I'm not gonna lie, I have about an entire box full of number 1s of that series, of the Red Sonja series.
Well, a lot of people. have
Which
limited-
one? The Marvel feature, the first time she was solo, or the second one where she had her own title?
Maybe the second one when she had her own title. Yeah, I've got like just a shit ton of that comic then.
That's a good one. The art in that is
Great
really good.
comic.
I ended up with every single one of the free comic book days, but comics this year. But
Oh yeah.
well, we had to.
With
But my
Zero
comic
now?
book shop, in order to do that, in order to get one of everything, you had to make a donation, a sizable donation to their charity they were sponsoring that day. So,
Yeah. Well, that's fair. That's
so
not.
it's not really free. It cost me $100 for one of every single issue,
Oh,
but
Jesus.
but it was
Frigate.
it was a donation to charity, so
Better be
Right.
some hell of
to
a
support little animals that needed homes.
Well,
Little animals.
most comic shops limit you to a certain amount. Like I think ours is.
Yeah, no. Mine
250.
does. If you're coming in off the street just to pick up freebies and don't want to make any donation, yeah, they limit you to like 3 or something. And then if you make a smaller donation, you can get one. They divide everything up by table, by type of book, by age group, and you can get like for a donation, I think like $20, you can get like one of every book on the table of 3 different tables, so 1/3 of the books. And then if you make a bigger donation, you can get. Yeah, I mean, you could do 60. I guess you could get one of everything, but for subscribers, if you donated 100, they pulled them before the day, so you didn't have to line up. You could come in and bypass the line, or just have them wait for you and type stuff. So I didn't have to go down on Saturday.
Now, Bleak, were you also a Gita of Alazar fan?
No, I guess, but not. I guess not particularly. Not really. Like
I didn't
nothing.
know how big of a Frank Thorne fan you were. That's why I
Nothing
asked.
stood out to me. But like, I don't know everything about comics, though, man. So you could say a lot to me, and I'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
That's okay. Let's go with number 6.
Number 6, I watched this show while we were all on lockdown, because we were all on lockdown, so
Right.
we're all watching shit.
Okay, nice.
Oh,
nice.
the Netflix Castlevania.
Yeah,
Very
and
nice.
this is the first Belmont in comic books, Castlevania #1. So
Very cool.
Yeah, that show doesn't pull any punches with the property either.
No, it's awesome. I used to play the video game, like the Nintendo video game, when I was a kid. And Castlevania has been awesome. I think they had a cartoon when I was a kid as well, which was awesome. So, everything I collect really is all based around nostalgia and things that I liked when I was a kid.
I think that's most of us right now.
Like it's not really, there's some money here, I guess. Like some of these comics are like decently priced if they're slabbed up and shit, or they're 9/8, but it's not really, I don't know. These are my favorite comics. It's not about really the money in these comics. These are just the favorite ones that I own.
Right. Well, and I'm always saying too, right? Because we have all these new comics, which I buy a lot of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But the comics I read most are my Bronze Age still. I just keep going back and rereading the stories.
Oh, yeah, that's cool, man.
Circumstance says nostalgia is not only king, nostalgia is expensive.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
Very expensive.
Powerful.
And Kelly says he likes your variety, but don't get hopeful about that Fantastic Four issue.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna, we're gonna fight.
I'm just
Boy,
starting trouble still.
what's next?
Number 7, sir.
Does Nate's Comics ever watch your show?
I don't even know who that is, so I'm going to guess no.
Nate, it never seems to be around where I am either, because he's afraid to fight.
Maybe
me.
you are Nate.
Yeah, he's afraid to fight me on the hunt as well.
Ooh.
Oh, Sailor Moon.
Yeah,
You
yes.
just made Freaky Louie really happy.
He
Yeah.
did.
This is the first American
Yes.
printed comic for Sailor Moon.
And you have the mixed zine one.
I do, but
Yes, because there's mixed zines and there's Chicks Comics.
but this one is my favorite cover for her.
Yes.
Sad to say that now all I hear is the stupid cartoon theme song going on my head.
I have the music box for it over there.
Oh,
I
Yeah,
don't remember the theme song to it.
I couldn't sing it. I just got the tune going. Something,
Oh.
something, Sailor Moon. Something, Sailor Moon.
and it's just something you don't see that often.
Well, I didn't even know that existed, Bleak, until just now.
Yeah, it's sort of rare, man. Like when people say things are rare, this one's actually same with that. The Rick and Morty #1. To be honest, that's actually a pretty rare comic. But yeah, it's sort of rare. So
Yeah, that's not going to happen on video.
yeah, it's cool to have. It's cool to have rare things.
Louis, that better be your next video. Do a parody of the Sailor Moon song, please.
Oh, Freaky Louie, for sure.
I'm requesting it.
I can already see him in the wig.
Sea Bizzle's got it right. Don't sing it because I don't want it in my head. Very good idea.
He's already singing it. He's going, fighting evil,
Oh.
fighting light.
Not Marvin Gaye. You can't say "Let's get it on" without Marvin Gaye's voice instantly in your head,
Let's get it on.
right?
Yeah, sorry, bro. That's how we got now.
All right.
See, I never
Number-
really got into Sailor Moon. The anime I was really big into was Bubblegum Crisis.
Okay.
Yes.
My wife was a huge Sailor Moon person, so we ended up watching it because of that. But I was more Guyver and later on Kill La Kill.
Well, and that's it. The most of my anime came when I was a little kid, and it was Battle of the Planets.
Well, that was
like that.
Battle of the Planets, Robotech,
Yeah,
Star
all of
Blazers.
that was really
Yeah.
it, right? And then
Mobile Suit
I've
Gundam.
only watched a few animes. I'm not like an anime guy per se, but there's some that are just amazing, man. Like, so Afro Samurai. That's fucking awesome.
Ninja Scroll.
Yeah, some stuff's just amazing. You're like, you got to give it to him. This Castlevania is amazing.
Anything by Miyazaki.
Well written, I don't know. It's just cool. It's, bring back cool. Speaking of bringing back cool, let's
All right, number 8.
One of Todd McFarlane's favorite things to say. There he is, the full Todd.
And it's got the full Todd on it.
And it is the newsstand.
Oh,
Nice.
Little fire there. Boom. Todd McFarlane is the reason that I opened up Bleeker Street Comics. I watched his documentary, and if you haven't seen it, he is super duper, I don't know, influential. That guy he's fucking awesome, man. I don't know if I'd like to work for him because he seems like he'd be a bit of a jerk, but he's like, man, that guy, he's a go-getter. Like,
right.
He's very, I don't know, he's passionate. What he went through to do what he does, pretty amazing.
And that pretty smart with getting into toys, which is his big cash cow.
Yeah, buying that baseball.
Yep.
Spending $1 million just to get into sports toys. What he invested $1 million just so he could get into toys. That's like that's a mind blower. And then he was always a baseball guy. I think he was going to be a baseball guy before he was Todd McFarlane, the Todd father. But we got lucky.
Well, I think he's also probably going to be and people disagree, but I think he's the successor to being the comic book community ambassador like Stan Lee. No one's ever going to be the level Stan Lee was. But Todd can breach that between fans and comics. He always has been able to.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I you got to put a few other names in there like Jim Lee. And but he was, their buddies. So
right now, did you ever watch and you can find this on YouTube, Bleak. There's an episode on YouTube. Just look up Stan Lee, Rob Liefeld, and Tom.
I've seen it. I've seen it. Marvel teaches you how to draw. I can't remember the name of it.
Where they're combining a character.
Yeah, man. They made a character. Like that was a made character right there. It's interesting.
It was a weird little episode.
Yeah. It's that was a weird show, to be honest.
Yeah.
Marvel did some messed up things, man. They weren't always the big horse company that they are now. Their movies have done them a lot of good.
All right, number 9.
Oh, number 9. What do we got? Well, we're gonna go back to some of that awesome art I was talking about that is so influential to me. We got Mr. Crumb.
I've seen that cover so much. That's like one of the most famous covers.
That is, and it's awesome, and I'm happy to own it. And it's a really good copy, actually.
I've held that book a few times. Like I said, my friend Jack is big into Robert Crumb.
Robert Crumb is one of my faves. Sorry, did I hold that too close? Sorry, people. Well, apparently he's got a hog on him, so that's the rumor.
Now, what printing is that one? Is that a first?
This is a first printing. Yes, it is, sir. So pretty dope, actually.
That's in great shape too. Look at that sucker.
It's in dynamite shape. It's in really good shape. I'm gonna press it probably, but I don't think I'll ever get this done.
Definitely not.
I just think it's just super cool.
No, C Bizzle, Robert Crumb is not suitable for children. Don't even get into that.
Well, I was reading them when I was a children.
Yeah,
I
I was reading stuff I shouldn't have read when I was a kid too, but it doesn't mean I can recommend it to others in good conscience.
Right. I don't have that right, I guess. So, no.
Oh, man.
No.
No.
Whatever, hardcore horror, everything I was watching as a kid.
Me too, bro. We were a different generation, man. I was watching all sorts of terrible things.
Your parents knew you could take it, so they let you go.
And if you couldn't, well, you had to, because that's what was on TV.
Well, I remember I would be watching a horror movie, and my dad would walk by and go, "Oh." I'm like, what? This is cool.
It's on TV, Dad.
Right.
Yeah, I had bedroom in the basement, me and my brother. So we and the TV was also we had a TV in the basement, so it was very easy for us to sneak TV late at night when we weren't allowed to, like evil children.
Right. I remember. I don't know how old you are, Blake. Did you? I used to stay up late every Friday night. Well, I would stay up late every night anyway because I had to watch David Letterman, and then I'd get up before everybody. But every Friday night where I lived, you had Tales from the Dark Side.
Oh,
And I used to remember that. It's like, I love Tales from the Dark Side.
Yeah, man. Tales from the Crypt is my awesomeness. It's my favorite. Tales from the Dark Side. There's also a couple that used to do it. They used to have I can't remember what they were called. They used to show weird horror movies on TV. And it was like some weird girl and some dude on a couch. And they were like, come on in and watch these horror movies. I'm like, all right, sure.
Billy Joe Bob or something like that his name was.
Something, man. It was something. I was like, okay.
Oh, that's the Drive-In. I love Billy. Yeah, he's still on today on Shudder.
Is he?
Darcy, the male girl.
Yeah, he's looking really, really old now.
Yeah.
He wasn't looking young then, so.
Yeah, well, he's almost looking like a Crypt Keeper host now.
Nice.
he's almost there.
He's getting there. Yeah.
Lisa's Up All Night.
USA Up All Night was my go-to jam.
Elvira, yeah, man. Give me that Elvira.
Well, I used to too because we used to have a Sunday.
You did.
Show that would come on, right? Every I'd want the TV for it. That's back when you still had the tubes in the TV and everything. But there was they'd feature a horror movie every Sunday night before there was DVDs or anything or all that crap.
I watched Friday the 13th, Creature from the Blue Lagoon or Black Lagoon.
Black Lagoon, yep.
Black Lagoon. Blue Lagoon is a different movie.
Totally.
Yeah,
there's no creature there unless you're talking about a fine looking
and
creature.
Piranha all in one night. And I remember the glasses coming in the newspaper because it was 3D, so you could watch 3D movies with your family, and it was awesome, man. That was when I was really young. I did come before there was flat screen TVs, that's for sure.
Right. I just watched Piranha last month again. I hadn't watched it since, I don't know, it had to be 15 years ago.
That movie scared the fucking shit out of me, man. I was 6 when I watched it. I was
really?
I watched that and Friday the 13th back to back.
Wow.
I was so fucking scared.
What a chicken.
Yeah.
Friday the 13th never had the power to scare me.
Well, when you're 6, try it. It's fucking terrible.
I was watching. Yes,
I've
Brooke
been watching this the entire time. Yeah, you're just a chicken. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, it was terrifying. And you know what? I still think of Jaws when I go into weird watery areas. So
yeah,
chicken or not, I might just have good fucking sense, lady.
Oh, come on, those are classic. Remember Orca?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
we got He-Man on behind me.
That's Orco, not Orca, the killer whale.
Orca, yeah.
Right, that's
totally different.
Thank you, Katie.
Yes, I know my crappy creature monsters.
Right.
Well, Orca's only on the back of a billion comics. If you're from
right. Well, remember, you was either Orca or you'd have the 1978 King Kong movie with Jessica Lange on the back.
Yeah, but the real scary thing was to get the comics then with O.J. Simpson pushing for dingo boots.
Right.
For the kids.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's right. I forget.
When they still called them the juice in the ads.
Oh, yeah. Man.
Oh my God, his color scheme. Yeah, those were some great ads. I like Dante though, the kung fu guy.
Yeah,
I feel like I want to take kung fu from Dante.
Child's Play trauma. Child's Play. Yeah. There was speaking of doll ones, right? There was one just back in the day just called Dolls, which was really
there
good.
was. Yeah.
I love Dolls movie. Yeah.
Is there any movies that traumatized anybody? That's a good conversation. Is there what traumatized you? Obviously nothing, Gary B. You're a fucking stone.
I don't know.
I think I was 6 when I watched Toxic Avenger, when I watched the head explode. First time I saw a trauma head explode at 6 years of age.
See?
Oh, That
Yeah, man.
was rough
It's
initially.
horrifying.
I love Toxie. He's the best. No,
Or
Child's
maybe
Play.
maybe it was 7 or 8.
I
These,
guess I'm
Oh.
weird. I just loved horror.
these two are
Yeah.
soulless, man. Just
And one of the movies that I think is one of the most boring movies that everybody loves, and they say it scared them, is The Exorcist. My
Yes!
God, I
I
still
think that is the
movie's
funniest
boring as
movie of
hell
all
today.
time, and it does not scare me at all. I just think it is highly the stupidest thing ever, and I will crack up laughing every single time I
Right.
watch it.
So
Yeah, no,
boring.
so
And what was that
stupid.
movie that everybody liked 2 years ago? I went to the theater to see it, thought it was complete garbage, and I was laughing at it, and everyone was looking at me. Oh, Hereditary, that's it. What a
Hereditary.
piece of garbage movie that
Oh,
was.
yeah.
there's not a lot of great horror movies nowadays. So.
No,
And
not
everyone's
too
like,
many.
it's so good. It
My
wasn't good.
my cousins and I went to go see the remake of It, and I almost got kicked out of the theater because I was laughing so hard.
Well, it was sort of garbage.
Hey,
Don't
it
get
could
me
be
wrong.
the
I thought
Transformers
it
Rise
was
of the
really
Beast could be a
good.
new horror movie.
That's also true.
I just didn't. You know what? It didn't give me the same awesome feeling as the original It. The original
No,
It was
it did
so
not.
good. It didn't give me the dairy feeling. I think maybe
Mhm.
they should have changed the filmography on it. Like if they made it a little grittier, I might
Yeah.
have been like, I might have bought
And
it. A little
it
more.
really annoys me that the same actor, the Skarsgård, is playing the Crow in the remake, and his painting is done the same way as Pennywise, and all you do is see Pennywise when you look at the new Crow movie. It's
He's
really
gonna be the
upsetting.
Crow, eh?
Yeah,
Does he-
it's like literally almost coming out.
at least
It's,
Brandon
like,
Lee
done.
did Kung Fu. I don't know.
They've already released shots of him as the Crow.
Oh
Yeah.
God,
Mhm.
damn,
Yeah.
All right,
know.
next.
that's terrifying.
And I think the villain in that movie is called Georgie.
So we got more Crumb. These guys actually also came with that Star Wars.
Ah.
So this is one comic, even though it's 3. So yeah, this is how I got over the 12 comics. I put
Right. That's okay. Everybody cheats.
I'm cheating, but yeah,
Oh.
Mr. Natural 1, 2, and 3. Mr. Natural is awesome. He's one of the greatest comic book characters of all time. So if you haven't read Mr. Natural, you really should. It's awesome. It's
Very
funny.
nice.
It's comics. It's cartoon, and it's drawn amazingly.
Yeah. You can't mistake his style, right?
Wow.
Mm-mm.
No, you really can't. He's a fantastic little pervert. And
Right.
you know, I can appreciate that about him.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Before cancel culture came out.
Oh yeah, he'd be definitely canceled. He's married, but what did he do? He sold one of his art books, like like a big art book that he drew, and he sold it for a house in France. He's like, "Here, can I just have a house?" And they said, "Yeah, here's my art book." No money, just gave him a book of his art.
Nice.
Yeah,
I think that's a good deal.
it's pretty good. If you're Robert Crumb,
yeah,
that's
that's
not
like-
so bad.
Arcum's going over there like a boss, huh?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm just gonna draw you a picture. Boom, done.
I bet she do, Marcus.
Circumstances, nice, buddy, nice. You gotta be a bit of a pervert,
So
Otherwise,
number 11 with a personal story, Bleeker.
okay. Number 11 with a personal story. Oh man, I should have chose a different comic book for this personal story. Personal story, but this number 11 because we got Mr. Slab up in the corner. I had to bring a slab, at least one.
Right.
This is the foil variant of Batman 880, signed by Jock. But I like the foil better. So that's why I got the foil. I had the option to get the other one, but the foil.
That's cool. They're hard in the slabs, though, to see them,
I love the foil, man. The foil is so dope. Yeah, it is a little difficult to see. You sort of gotta.
Sometimes they look fine, Gary. It's the problem is trying to do it on camera with lighting and
Right.
Yeah.
The lighting is
or
not
in the dark with a bright light right in front.
Yeah, not so great, But regardless, this is one of my favorite slabs. And Jock, he's always had some really great stuff. Obviously, I think
And one of the more famous Joker covers, too.
I've got a metal cover from him signed as well. Metal 1, I believe I got signed. And
Now, with Joker being your favorite villain, who is throughout history your favorite Joker artist? Do you have one?
Uh, no, no, I can't say I have one in particular that's my favorite artist. Uh, you know, I guess that's my favorite Joker on a cover. But as far as favorite Joker artist, no, not really. No particular favorite artist. I've got some art that I hate of the Joker. Like I don't really like the original Joker series art very much, but I still love the comic because it's the Joker.
Right. Well, I used to love when they weren't afraid to put out those 4 issue miniseries back then with Marvel and DC. I loved them.
Oh, the crossovers or whatever between
Or
the
they
two.
would just do a 4 issue mini of yeah, it was just
Yeah,
great.
yeah, man. No, all that stuff was awesome.
That's my favorite stuff to find in back issues. Just go around, run around, find all the issues of the little miniseries. That's
Yep.
what I like finding.
I have like a couple boxes just full of those little miniseries.
Yeah.
There was one day I picked up all the Hercules Prince of Power ones.
Oh,
And then I got the Marvel graphic novel that followed them.
I love that Hercules little mini series that they put at the 1 to 4 or whatever it is. It's awesome, man.
Yeah, those old Bronze Age ones are great. Plus, he had a great little story in one of the Marvel premiere books, which was really good too.
And story, I don't really have much of a story, bro. I started Bleeker Street Comics. I've got a terrible history in my life, and I'm happy to have a much better future. How about that?
Nice. That's all right. We'll get into all that on another episode of In the Hot Seat, which we'll make Katie come back for that too.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
all right.
She's part of the channel now, so that's how it goes.
Yes.
One of us.
I have the Magic Mini, actually. I do have that, Callie, the Magic Mini.
You have what?
Oh, the
Magic Mini.
Yeah, the mini series Magic.
Yep, I have that too. That has some cool covers on it. That
It
Magic
does.
Mini
I like that one.
And let's see. Ooh. Oh, Lady Fantastic has it. Callie's saying clearly Claremont. And all right, so that leaves us with your spec pick, Bleak. What you got?
Oh, spec pick. If I was gonna spec on a character right now, okay, let me tell you all about spec people. If you really want to never have to watch spec again, all you have to do is buy characters that aren't in the MCU yet. They will be there eventually. There you go. You're welcome.
Yeah.
That's all the spec you need. As far as my personal spec, I have no spec because I think movies are really not that great right now. Marvel finally put out a good movie with Guardians of the Galaxy. I haven't watched it. I'll actually give my real opinion eventually, but I hear it's very good. I haven't, I don't know. Even the Batman wasn't that great in my opinion. I thought it was the acting was not great. The way they portrayed Batman was sort of terrible. But that's the things, whatever. They were still cool movies. I'm still gonna watch them because I'm a geek.
Right, and we didn't have them when we were kids.
Yeah, man.
Remember those terrible Captain America movies we had on TV? And
Yes, I adore those.
I remember the Spider-Man. I watched it a lot.
oh yeah,
Oh, the Spider-Man
Nick
TV
Hammond?
series.
But do
I
you
used to
have
watch
one?
that unapologetically.
What's that, Rob?
I say, but do you have a book in your collection that you have there that you could show that you think that might be a book that if somebody
Yes.
wanted to be a crazy speculator and think that might have some value down the road that they could go after? Look at that. Voltron. There
Yes.
There
you
you
go.
go, Voltron.
Yes.
I do have a book like that. If I was going to spec on something, I would spec on Voltron. Voltron was a super duper duper cool property. It still is a cool property. It hasn't been messed with too badly at this point in its career. And
But yeah, the Lions Voltron.
yeah, and even Rick and Morty did a great episode with the Voltron robot. So it's still a very cool property. I think that can be done. And if not that, I would probably go Battle of the Planets would be my next suggestion
Okay.
as
Nice.
far as spec goes.
Main Force.
Number one's fairly expensive, but it's not nearly as expensive as I don't know, Silver Age Marvel or something like that. It's still it's
You
still
talk about the Dell.
yeah, the Dell. It's
Gold
still
Key.
within reach. It's
Yeah.
it's a few $100, but it's within.
Yeah. I mean, because I think I picked up a copy not too long ago for just about $100 for like something that's in the 8.085 range.
And that's pretty good. That's a great price, and it's just a good property, right?
Now you see, that's one I hadn't heard of until I started doing this show, the 1011. A few people brought up Battle of the Planets. I had never actually heard of that growing up.
Oh man, that was like when I was a kid.
That was
running home in like early 1980 from school. That was like you'd get home just in time. The local independent station started. That's when they ran their block of Japanese imports, and we got the Ultraman, the Johnny Sokko and his fighting robot, Space Giants, and Battle of the Planets would all run back to back to back to back, and it was all part of their kids KTVU Kids Club, man.
And I don't have any here, but shout out to Hanna-Barbera as well for Space.
Oh yeah,
all that stuff too.
Oh, Herculoids, all that stuff.
There he is, right in the chat. As soon as I say it,
yes.
That's funny. Okay, yeah, shout out to Space Ghost, man. That guy, like all that stuff was awesome, man. I grew up on cartoons. I grew up with a terrible life, and I wished my entire life that I could either help other people or be helped myself. So heroes and villains and comics and cartoons, that's that's what drives you. That's what brings you into that stuff, man.
Well, I know as a kid, I was always looking forward to Saturdays. I was right in front of that TV the whole morning.
That's when I saw the Battle of the Planet stuff. Rob's a touch older than me, so he got it fresh out of the gate. But I saw it like
fresh after it had been chopped up from Japan into the Americanized version.
Yes,
to capitalize on the success of Star Wars.
Well, there is a less tame version of what's her name and all her friends there, Sailor Moon and all her friends.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
There's a less tame version.
There's actually in the 90s, they were doing an Americanized version of that, but it never saw the light of day. They were going to do an American US release of a Sailor Moon show, but it wasn't Sailor Moon.
Interesting.
Yeah, wow. And it did not.
I'm not going to lie. That was going to be my last comic. It comes with the first He-Man. Also,
nice.
You got to show a G.I. Joe Treasury signed by Larry Hama.
There you go.
I love Treasury editions.
Oh, they're fun.
They are.
That's like one book because that's like all the things that influenced me. Those were the big ones, man.
Voltron, that stuff. I was still watching that stuff. That was that was like middle school, high school. Yeah, I think middle school that stuff was all.
It was just so
just starting to come out into cartoons.
It was so good, dude.
I'm still upset to this day that there was never a Thundar the Barbarian comic book.
Yeah, there is.
Thunder was good.
There was never a Thundar the Barbarian
comic book.
Yeah, if there is,
I'm pretty sure there's a Dell Comics.
No, Thundar was an '80s property. And it got canceled when Nancy Reagan came out with the every cartoon's got to have a message for the kids.
Oh yeah.
So it was the death of IPs and just being creative for creative's sake.
I could have sworn I've seen one.
That's why you had the more you know, and now you know.
Oh
yeah. Half the battle. All that stuff came from Nancy Reagan's bills.
I don't know if you watched Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer lately, but I was watching it this year and I fucking howled when I heard no, that's man's work.
Right. Oh yes.
And they went out to go find Rudolph.
I am still surprised they haven't canceled those old things too. And that animation style I love.
Me too, bro. Me too. When I heard that, I'm like, oh, this is getting canceled for sure.
There was a Dagar in Gold Key, I believe, but Thundar was its own thing, and they even made some bootleg toys of it. But I used to love all that, like Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. Like that got me hooked on Angelica Jones, and so I had to get her first appearances of Firestar.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. He was in the Herculoids, maybe.
Hercules, I remember, with his newt and all that, and I remember Daedalus and all that stuff. And what about
and there was Maitor the Barbarian. He was like part of a half a show.
Wasn't Rocket Robin Hood? Jesus, all this stuff just comes back to you when you
A
start thinking.
Sunday strip illustrated by Jack Kirby was planned, but the project was canceled in 1982. A coloring book was published by Golden Books. Um, Whitman Comics had a Thundar comic book project with scripts by John Day Warner and art by. So maybe there's this Whitman thing, but it said project. It doesn't say it actually came put out. So it looks like it
Right,
was
'cause
close, but never came to be. Okay,
I've searched a lot for Thundar comics and never saw one.
that would have been crazy. Jack Kirby doing a Thundar the Barbarian. That would have been
Right?
That would have been cool.
Blue Hellion, I've watched all that claymation Christmas stuff.
Oh,
all right.
all
Well,
of that
I
stuff.
stand down. Anyways,
Oh, yeah.
Right? All those were great.
awesome
New
books.
Thanks, man.
Good
Yes,
stuff.
great selection, Bleeker. I like the sneak peek. And of course, this show's set up so you can always make a return visit because it's not a top 10. It's just 10 favorites.
It's true. I do have a lot more.
And now that you've been on Bleak, it's your personal mission to help influence Katie to be on this show. She doesn't want to go digging. I want to force her to go do some digging.
Gonna force me to go digging. Okay.
You know what? I think Katie knows what she loves. I think she can find 11.
I think I can find some books. Yes.
She is, but
fine.
she's like me.
She only
doesn't
has
like
8
digging
books.
through the
That's the
stuff.
problem.
Only have 8 books. Yeah, 8 books. 8 books in a magazine. Does that count?
No, magazines are out. Oh, Captain
Magazines are
I
out.
used to
Okay.
love Captain Caveman,
too, man.
Hong
Oh,
Kong Phooey, and Speed Buggy.
Oh, I love that.
I watch all those Looney Tunes things even now, and I can't find the Hanna-Barbera stuff, but I definitely watch the Looney Tunes comics. They're cartoons. They're amazing, dude.
You can
They're so
buy
good.
them sometimes on Vudu on sale, and some of
yeah.
them are available on YouTube. But I just bought like Birdman I got the whole show for $10 on Vudu.
Nice.
Great.
I binged all of the Brack show, and I'm so sad that didn't have more seasons to it. And it was my favorite.
Oh, Brack.
Yeah, I love Brack.
Yep, Grape Ape.
Yeah, man. There's just so much stuff from when I was young. Like it's just there's just so much good cartoons. So many good cartoons.
Mine was still favorite. It was still watching this stuff like the George of the Jungle and the Bullwinkle stuff, and like Super Chicken was always my favorite. I still to this day
Cool.
tell people you knew the job was dangerous when you took it, Fred.
I just all that stuff. That's amazing. I can remember that now. Bullwinkle, Jesus.
I used to watch that. That
Me too,
was
man.
always on after school for me, Rob. Rocky
Yeah.
and Bullwinkle.
Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh, I love that show.
I got the Funkos for Fearless Leader and Boris and Natasha. That was like the
Ooh.
when those came out. I had to go grab them.
was great.
You got a lot of Brack fans out there.
Yes,
Katie.
Brack.
I gotta.
Well, all right, so sweet. Bleeker, great books, man.
Thanks, brother.
Way
Awesome.
to go.
And
You
we
did
had,
check it out.
we had a good host of people watching and with us. We got but
Yes, bravo
Let's
to the
get-
chat.
yes, thank you to the chat. But we're gonna go around the horn, and we're gonna see what everybody's got coming up.
Sure.
So, Rob, we'll start with you. What's coming up with you, sir?
Thursday, I have a video. It'll drop off as usual. It'll be a CBCS unboxing of original art submissions.
Ooh.
It was all sketch covers. Yeah, that's what it is. And then
Nice.
Saturday, we'll have the return of Sector 2815 to
Oh,
Only
nice.
Slabs.
Very nice.
Now, Bleeker, Kelly brought this show up. That was a really good show. The regular show.
That was fun.
Okay.
All right, Katie, what's coming up for you?
Friday, I will have my Fartist feature show. We're going to have Annie Wright, who is the artist for Jane American. It is her first ever interview, and I'm excited about that because her art is it's really good. Like she does a lot of expression in her art. It's lovely. Oh yeah,
Nice.
look for that.
All right, and Bleak, what's coming up for you, sir?
Well, you can always watch me Sunday mornings, church with Bleeker. I do a show called The Slab or Not the Slab. We're going to be coming out with another episode of that very soon. And this Friday, I will be on the hunt as Sting. and I'll be trying to face off against this guy. Hey, Nate,
Ooh.
where you
Well,
been? Jay, I'm afraid of you, Sting. I'm sorry. I can't come on to the hunt and play comic books with you because I'm scared. Really? Come on, man. I just want your belt. It's okay. Get out of here. And that's what we're doing Friday.
now, for those who are watching on the rewind and don't know what the hunt is, you want to give them the quick synopsis of what you guys do on the hunt?
Yeah, man, absolutely. So the
Note
hunt
it.
is a comic book wrestling show. We are all we all have characters, and we fight for championships and belts and basically bragging rights. Come on the hunt. You want to play wrestling and comic books? We're there for you, man. You show some comic books, the crowd votes, and you either win or you lose. It's only an ass whooping.
Now, the one theme of that show is whenever CJ's on, he loses, right?
CJ has actually won his last match.
He did
won
win his last match.
Damn, I can't even bust his
The
balls.
cream rises to the top.
That's
All right.
right.
Oh.
See, Rob knows he'd be a good wrestler. I
He
know
did. Actually, he fought Blue Hellion in that match.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah. So
CJ's so wound up, he should be the Macho Man, so he can do that cup of coffee skit that Macho
Oh.
does.
we got a
Man.
Macho Man already. I wasn't allowed to be the Hitman either, and I was really like bummed out about it. I'm like, come on, dude. I look like I got the hair, I got the glasses. Come on. Bro.
Well, what about Roddy Piper? Nobody's been him?
I think Lady Fantastic is Miss Piper.
Oh, okay. Well,
I don't know if we have a Rowdy, but
She
she's
is Ronda.
she is Ronda Rousey.
Yeah. Who is
Oh,
part
okay.
of Piper's crew, yeah.
Tony is The Rock. Who Dat is
Yes.
he's Who Dat T Booker T. So we got some good characters. It's fun. It's enjoyable. Friday night, 11 o'clock, 11:15 Eastern.
Blue Hellion saying he got screwed at the end.
You
Well,
did. Hey, you
screwed
should
yourself.
have went in for that
You screwed
extra
yourself.
round there, buddy. Yeah. That's what happens.
And you have
confident.
Caroline talking shit. I would expect nothing less of her.
She will beat all her
She's
asses.
a
She's not
master
wrong.
on that
She is
show,
not
let me
wrong.
tell you.
She knows what's up.
He's undefeated, damn it.
You better get Dan to, come back with your recounts.
I gotta
there.
run, Gary. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Go do what you got to do, Rob.
Bye,
Thank you
Rob.
guys. Appreciate y'all.
Everybody.
Bye.
All right, coming up for me, this Thursday, we have Lee from Whack Comics on In the Hot Seat with the usual suspects.
Oh, nice.
Next Tuesday, we have Izzy on the 1011. And then on the next In the Hot Seat after this week, we have Matt from Comics by the Bay. So we got a full slate coming up this month.
Oh, baby, nice.
So-
nice.
Yeah, we're going to have the fun continues. And then Bleak, we'll have to schedule your In the Hot Seat for the next month because I'm all booked up, I think, for a month.
Anytime, brother. Anytime. It was really awesome to be on here. Actually, nice to meet you, Gary.
Oh, absolutely. I love that. Another reason I love doing these shows is I get to meet new people and talk to them for the first time. Now, Katie, I got to talk to for the first time, but I always kind of knew about Katie because following her on Instagram and I'd see her on CJ's channel.
She's been around, eh? She's been around.
Yeah. But for some
I've been
reason, you and
around,
I
yes.
haven't crossed paths that much. I just remember mostly Katie being mean and saying, "No, I'll never be on your show. Stop asking me, you loser." And,
I did not
just
say
really,
that. I did
Wow.
not
It was
say
really
that.
brutal.
I said, try back again
No.
later.
I just remember curling up with a blanket and crying. Go, I just wanted to have a comic show.
I feel that, Gary. I feel that, man. I'm sorry that happened to you, bro.
Oh, fine. Schedule me in. Let me know.
I will. We'll get. I will reach out to you.
Done.
Uh,
Done and
but guys,
done.
I'll go through some boxes. Jeez.
That was some peer pressure at its finest, folks. And that's how you do it.
well,
That's
and I've told Kelly Comics a few times I'd like to see him on here. So now that
Callie?
you've
the
both
problem with
appeared,
Kelly Comics is
maybe he'll
Kelly's
submit to the pressure
Kelly-
and come on himself.
Callie's
No,
cheap of a pussy. He's not gonna.
Yeah, no. The problem with Cali Comics is all 10 plus his 2 side books are going to be New Mutants 14.
Yeah, he's gonna have New Mutants 14.
That's
The
it.
entire
Every
thing is
book.
gonna be New
This
Mutants
is
14.
New Mutants 14.
He's got a theme, huh? Well,
Yeah,
now
he
he has
does have a
Fantastic
theme.
Four 226.
He's got, I think he
Callie's-
owns a record of those books. He's got like
Callie's
90
got
of
some
them.
bangers. Don't you fuck? Don't put it. Don't. He's got bangers down there. Don't worry.
I'm sure he does. What's he? Oh, he's cat calling you guys down into. You know what he's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, but guys, great show, a lot of fun. Katie, thank you for co-hosting and coming on.
You're welcome.
And
Thank you
Bleeker?
for having me.
Oh, you're welcome, Bleeker. Thank you for coming on and being a guest, sir. I certainly appreciate it. It was great meeting you and talking. Hopefully, you'll be on some more. We'll keep it going.
Anytime, brother.
And
Anytime.
I'll see you guys on CJ's channel here and there when I can actually stay up late. The problem with me is I have to get up at 1:30 in the morning to be to work.
Oh,
So when you guys are up
wow.
doing your Insomniac Theater, I'm actually heading to work.
Dang.
that's fair. When I get up to go to work, they're still up, and I go to work while they're doing Insomniac Theater as well. So it's fair. It's fair. I usually get up around 5 or 5:30 in the morning. So they're
We're up
usually
late. We don't.
they're usually up. They're usually up hanging out, chit chatting.
Right. But thank you, chat, for coming out to support Bleeker. And his links are in the description below. So please go sub him up. Check out his Instagram. Check out his YouTube if you haven't already. Find out what the hunt's all about. See what's the slab or not the slab. His Sunday show. Give him a check out. Sub him up. And
Yeah,
guys,
we're 7 away from 300. 7.
oh, there you go. 7 away from 300.
Pretty close
Look
to a
at you
milestone.
getting up there. Look at you.
Right. Well, hopefully you
Doing
picked up a few
awesome.
new subs tonight, Bleak.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah. I just enjoy doing it. It's fun. It's nice.
Right. Well, yeah, I thought I was going to get on YouTube for a month when I did it. And here I am like 3 years later.
Yeah, when I first started, I wasn't sure, man. I watched a lot, and then I was like, okay, I think I can do this. And then I hated myself on camera, and here I am now, just on camera all the time.
Right. Yeah, well, people put up with my ugly face. It's not so hard to put up with everybody else.
That's it.
All right, guys. Until next time, everyone out there, keep it casual.
Peace.